Alright everyone, and welcome back to an episode of Pokemon Black 2, and we are in a familiar place that we haven't been to in a long time, Striaton City. And today we're gonna start with, talking to this dude over here in front of what used to be the gym, but doesn't really look like a gym anymore. And if you have been enjoying this series, make sure you go ahead, leave a like, and subscribe while you're at it as well. So, let's go ahead and talk to this guy. This is a delicious restaurant where you can also enjoy Pokemon battles. Interesting. So that's what that is there. We got the, I guess this is still the Pokemon Trainer School. I have no idea if anything interesting is here, but that's still there. I wonder what Fennel's house looks like as well while we're at it. Or the old Fennel's old house, if that's still anything like what it was. Sort of. There is an item. I guess I gotta wait for the herdier to move out the way to get it. We get an upgrade. Huh, interesting. So I guess another little evolutionary item in the post-game. Because that would be for... is that for Porygon? I think it's for Porygon. Anyway, enough wasting about. Let's head on in here. And welcome this lively restaurant where you can enjoy a show. And we got the different... oh my... is that a Ratatouille reference? Anyway, we got the different guys here. So... so we get to pick a partner, I guess, for a double battle. I guess that's what that is. And I'm just trying to think based on our team, who would we want to face most based on in a double battle? I think if we teamed up with based on Riddle, if we teamed up with Chili, I think we'd have the best chance. So let's go back and go with him. So here we are. That's that then. I'm gonna show you what me and my blazing fire types can do. And we get on to a double battle with the original first gym leaders. So that is pretty cool. We got a Marcactus and a Basculin. And basically, he's the one who's gonna have the most trouble. My thought is, I want to go for a coil first, get those defenses, get that attack up, and then see where I'm at. So, ooh, Ice Beam on the Basculin, that was unexpected. And it hit a critical hit. I also didn't realize they're level 65. Alright. Well, we're gonna get carried in this fight, I think. I guess option B is going into Sludge. I think that's our best bet for well, going up against the grass types. I'm gonna go for a minimize. Make it hard for them to hit me, because I think that'll be the best plan of action. I do find it interesting that, you know, it's kind of interesting to see the Pokemon that they've got. They've still obviously got their Elemental Monkey Pokemon, but then they've also clearly added some, I would say, interesting Pokemon that you wouldn't normally think of to use in battle. So, kind of interesting there. Now that we've minimized, we're definitely gonna go ahead and make sure that we get our defense up as well, since, I mean, Basculin did have a singular special move, but most of the time, I think most of these Pokemon in general are physical attackers anyway. Although, Simisear and Simipour I think are special attackers. Anyway, let's go for the Gunk Shot on the Basculin. I think that'll be the better option. Because he's gonna go, yeah, he's gonna take out the Simisage pretty easily there. And we get a level up, which is always very welcome and nice. And we'll go for the Gunk Shot. Surprised he was able to hit us. I mean, Minimize isn't perfect. I mean, it's just +2 stages. But it still is, you know, a decent amount. And a Ferrothorn, well, we're definitely gonna have to... Well, I'm gonna heal up. We're definitely not gonna be able to take out the Ferrothorn. We need Simisear to take out the Ferrothorn. Or whatever other Pokemon he's got. And then we need to come up with an idea on how on earth we're gonna get rid of his Water-type Pokemon. Because that is gonna be a problem. I figured that... Well, actually, I figured that Cress was going to be the tricky one, not Silent, but that's fine. Let's go ahead and go for a Gunk Shot, just in case. No, the Crunch is... Okay, maybe we should have just gone for a Minimize, but that was the risk. Ooh, he immediately goes for Slowking. Well, I'm definitely minimizing now, because Psychic type don't want to go up against that. If we can avoid getting hit by Slowking, or it just crits again in one-shots, that also works. So let's go ahead and minimize. And I think then it's just a Simipour. I think we could deal with this between Crunch and Gunk Shot, and hopefully it targeting us. We should be fine. It doesn't target us, but still fine. Chili has another Pokemon. We're gonna get off a Gunk Shot, and I don't think it's gonna... We're not gonna get off a Gunk Shot. I don't think it's gonna really hit us. We're up 4 now, after 2 minimizes. So it's just gonna be a wait and see, I think. I don't think Darmanitan lives. But then we've got a bunch of Pokemon that we can use to take this thing out. So... yeah, there we go. And we hit a crit as well. That was like 3 crits in a row from our team. Crazy. Although, Chili did get 2 of them. So there we are. We did Pokemon Trainer Silent and Cress. Huh. Well, timing is off. Lose me, I don't believe this. I was good too, but you aren't half bad. How about it, Silent and Cress? Out of the 3 of us, I'm the strongest trainer, right? Yow, you're intense. Battling together with you got me all fired up, man. Come battle again sometime. Alright, well that's pretty cool. We've done our battle with the original trio gym leaders, which I think is a cool little thing that they added. It's nice that you're still able to battle with them, and in a completely new style, since that was... having 3 first gym leaders was pretty radical from the beginning, and so having another cool little battle, the double battle, between where you team up with them, I think that's another cool mechanic. To be able to be used. Okay, had to pause there for a second because I've got an important call and I had to take it. Anyway, we are gonna continue onwards now because there are things that I would like to do. We are on this route. I don't want to battle people. I just want these items. I wonder, because there were I think it's a Pokeball and a potion, so okay, you get a full heal and a repeat ball. Don't know how useful that is. And we've got a battle now all of a sudden. That's lovely. Alright, there we go. Only 5 bug Pokemon to go through. Wasn't the most... Oh, there's more battles, aren't there? These are all very tricky battles. Alright, well, let's continue on and hope that we don't have too many more battles, because I would get a bit frustrated with that. I'm not really in the mood to do all the battling. I think I said this in the last episode, I just want to explore and see what's going on in the world. Cumula Town. Pretty cool. Nice to be back here. Nothing's really changed, it seems. And then I guess we'll go and basically end off this episode going to see Professor Juniper in her lab for the first time, really. I kind of find it interesting that, I mean, it's a little bit Johto vibes of, you know, going to see Professor Oak at the end of the post-game, basically. Because it is going to see Professor Juniper here. It's a little similar to that. We really just timed that wrong, didn't we? Alright. You know, that battle made me think, you know, there are times when, in Pokemon, I'll know a type. Let's say, for example, with the Steel type. And I'll almost always just go for a Fire type, when I could just go for, I don't know, maybe a Fighting type. You know, or I know that Pokemon's part Rock, so, but instead of going for, Water type, I'm still gonna go for something else. Anyway, there's kind of 2 Easter eggs here. The first, well, no, there's one real Easter egg. This one is, though. Welcome home, dear. Did you find the friend you were looking for? Wasn't his name something like N? Huh? Excuse me? How embarrassing, mistaking my visitor for my own child. You're Joey? I knew it. You look just like her. I know your mom. I met her when she was working at the Pokemon Center, and I was a trainer. That's right, how are your Pokemon? You're always welcome to let them rest here. Alright, well there you go. So that is an interesting kind of tidbit, a little Easter egg of your character. I kind of wish they put whoever was the main protagonist, I guess, or the canon protagonist, but I guess it makes sense. But anyway, let's head on into the Juniper lab here. And there's Cedric, Juniper, no Bianca, I guess, so we'll talk to Professor Juniper. Why, hello, thank you for coming clear out here. It's surprising how far New Vima Town is from Aspertia City, don't you agree? Did you take Skyward Bridge and encounter a lot of Pokemon? On that note, how's your Pokedex coming along? Can I see it? Yeah, why not? And we've seen 221 Pokemon in the Unova region. That's pretty crazy. It's about a third. For Hidden Grottos. I don't know why, but Pokemon live there all have uncommon abilities. Keep up the good work. I have something. I'd be delighted to give it to you if you meet every Pokemon registered in the Unova Pokedex. Check every corner of the Unova region for Pokemon. Do your best. So, I don't know if it's catch, but you do get the shiny charm. I think this is the first iteration of the shiny charm. But you do get the shiny charm if you have, I think, a full Unova Dex, and I don't know if it's seen or caught. She just explained it, but I immediately just kind of blanked out on that. But either way, we haven't quite seen every Pokemon. We definitely haven't obtained every Pokemon. And this dex is relatively large. I mean, there's just kind of a few Pokemon here and there that we haven't seen. Obviously, it gets a little bit less seen when you kind of go down the line. But, either way, this is also one of the bigger Pokedexes. I don't think we're ever really gonna complete a Pokedex outside of Platinum where you kind of have to, but then they make it really easy. So, but anyway, that's gonna be it for this episode. So if you enjoyed, make sure you go ahead, hit that like button and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. Take care.